Okay, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. And happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. I personally was outside of Addis for a wedding weekend where my best friend was getting married, and it was very hectic and tiring, but yeah, honestly amazing. So now back to our reading, as always. We're really excited to see the presentations for your previous week's projects. And we're already on week 11, just 2 weeks left, and which is amazing. And it's really great to see that you've made it this far. And at the same time, it's a bit sad knowing we're getting close to the end. So this week's project is also very interesting, and we will be sharing it in a moment. And as always, we'd love to see more volunteers. I mean, by now we honestly expect everyone to feel comfortable and also ready to present their work. And I mean, the fact that many trainees are already being placed is also a testament to that, I would say. So please make sure to give it your all. It doesn't need to be perfect, and it won't be. So what really matters is that you are clearly presenting what you worked on and what didn't work, and also what you learned. So yeah, that being said, I mean, let's move on to our presentations. As always, we have our technical team. So yeah, any volunteers? Anyone who would like to go first? Okay, great. Gasha is the icebreaker today. So over to you, Gasha.
Okay, thank you. Let us
Are you presenting your screen or?
okay. I'm going to share my
You can see
screen.
it. Okay.
Okay. Sorry for the time. Okay, I think I have shared it. Is this my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it is. Just
Okay.
continue.
Okay. Thank you. Today I will present the convergence engine. It is, as we know, the tenacious conversion is it's an automated business-to-business outbound pipeline built for tenacious consulting and outsourcing. Given a set of target prospects, the system enrich each one with six public signals: funding activity, hiring velocity, layoff events, leadership changes, AI maturity, and competitor gaps. Then it classifies into one of four ideal customer profile segment based on strict priority rules. And let us show it. It have backend and front end. The backend front end it's already started and initiated. So this is the home page. It have based on the priorities. Let us see the first priority, real health, which is Daniela Ruth. It's prospect selected, brief generated, email sent, prospect replied, qualified, and discovery code blocked. And this is also the pipeline. When we run the pipeline, it will show the signal and gap brief, email conversation, HubSpot customer relationship management, and Calcom information and benchmark. It also it will show this let us run the first pipeline. This is when we run pipeline, it automatically will send the information for the via my email, and the conversation also yeah, it is running. It will take 30 or yeah, it's completed. Let us check it. Yeah, this sent automatic email. This is the email address, the email sent from the Calcom and from the TANHS. And it's also, and this is the information, the range with funding, the job post, the A maturity from 0 to up to 100%. This is the email conversation. It sends receive TANHS outbound. This is the email sent at this time in 27. The time is also registered, and TANHS output information is also the email message registered. And when you come to the HubSpot information, it also shows the status and the delivery information. And in the Calcom booking also, it's scheduled for the May 4, 2026, and within the specified time. This is the information. This is also the benchmark. In general, if a language model then composes a personalized signal ground recalled email for each prospect. The pipeline routes delivery through a kill switch that default to a static sync using my email address and ensuring no live output is sent without explicit program approval. And we can also show by using other priority like restructuring. Also do the same way in the like the first one. Yeah, it's completed. Yeah, for this Marcus Okafor. This is the second output. Hiring signal brief. This is the Gearmark commerce. This is also the segment 2 restructuring. This is the information provided. This is the email conversation for the second one. This is also says SMS follow-up from African stocking. It also, yeah, this is messaging. I think the balance. If I have time, I can continue. Otherwise, it is basic.
Yeah, okay. I think it's I think it's on time. So let's just have questions, and I have one question. So for the booking, it seems like, are you automatically booking it when it sends outreach, or is it waiting for the response from the prospect? Your agent, it waits for the response, and when the prospect says, okay, I would like to have a call with TANHS, saying it would book it and also add it on HubSpot. So how is it for your case?
Yeah. Again, I think, can you repeat the question again?
Okay, so for the Calcom booking, is it being booked once the prospect replies to your email saying, okay, I would like to have a call?
Yeah, first it is send the booking email, and then I think the booking for it I need to what is it for the call.
Okay, so my
Yeah,
question
for
is,
example,
yes. So did you understand my question?
I think I didn't understand.
Okay, so your agent basically sends an outreach to a prospect, right? Through an email.
Yeah,
Then the prospect would read the email and then says, okay, I would like to have a call, and then replies back through the email. Is that the case?
the meeting is scheduled.
So this meeting is being scheduled once the client or the prospect responds to your email, or is it being scheduled just automatically when you send out the first email? Is it waiting for the reply from the prospect?
Yeah, it is automatically sent for the it doesn't wait.
Okay, so does your agent has any interactions with the client beyond the first email that you send? Then the client would then respond to your email saying either I would like to have a call or I would like to have XYZ. Then does your agent do something based on that reply?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry for the mistake. When I send the email, the client will take it, and it will after that it should send after that.
Okay, so your agent does it do anything when a reply comes back?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it does? Otherwise, it becomes just a one-way reach out. So if your agent doesn't take a look at the response that it's getting from the clients, then it will be you basically just sending out emails, right?
Okay.
So just to put it simply, does your agent, yeah, okay, just to put it simply, my question is, does your agent receive any kind of response from the client you reached out to? And does it do any action based on that?
Okay. It will send the client, then after the client observation, it will say it will I check, and it will send it will have it will schedule, it will inform the schedule via email also.
Okay. Well, thank you, Asha.
So let's go to the next one. There is no question then.
Yes, I think we can proceed. Let's go. Thank you, Asha. We can stop sharing. Let's go to yes.
Jonas, are you ready to present?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me share my screen first. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Let me start my presentation. The project is a tenacious conversion engine, which does research a prospect company, decide which kind of buyer that we want, write a cold email, generalize in a real signal, and send 100 replace a book discovery call, and update the CRM. So let me start. This is our pipeline. It has 7 stages. First, enrich. Second, and classify. The third one is draft an email, and let's send this to the prospect. Then under the replay, and if we get a green light from the prospect, we book a call and log to the CRM. So our system has ICP classification, and which the mechanism we developed called signal confidence aware phrasing. So the ICP classification has 4 segments depending on the our research. Segment 1 is a series AB or 15 to 80 people, so no layers. We get segment 1, and according to that, also we have an abstain where the confidence is low. So one of the mechanisms we developed in this project is a signal confidence aware phrasing. It's a 3-rule system that runs before the LLM writes the email transforming the signal briefs. So the LLM can't accidentally assert things that it shouldn't. So the 3 rules are: 1, identity or authentication. Before the agent takes any action that modifies the state, it must confirm or user's identity. Then the second rule is echoes and confirm rule. So before the state changing to call happens, the agent echoes back to the specific action and the specific parameters and awaits for explicit yes or no statement. And a restatement of error request does not count. So the third rule is ask for missing parameters, like if the user hasn't given an exact value or for a parameter, do not guess or so the system should not guess or default or fabricate any data. So it has 3 stages. 1, if the confidence is high, then it asserts directly. If the result is medium, it updates the email. So soft assert will happen, and if the signal is low, inject ask directive will be implemented. So according to Taos Bench, we got this result from the implementing our mechanism. So at first, without the SCAP mechanism, we got the baseline result of 0.07, which is 7%. And after implementing the SCAP mechanism, our results increased by 6%, which we got 13%. We are running on the DeepSeek V3, and on the production, we run using GPT 4.0, and the baseline score was 0.61. So the SCAP result we get was -1. So what I concluded from this result was that since the GPT model is more powerful than the DeepSeek model, we got our mechanism did not have that much effect on the results. So also we had 32 probes in 10 categories, and we got some errors and modified according to the errors we got, and the system was better. Thank you. If you have any question, you can ask.
Any questions from the team?
Okay, so Jonas,
Okay.
it's good slides, but were you able to actually do the integrations between the different tools that were provided, like for the Calcom, the HubSpot.
Yeah, yes, I have integrated the systems. So should I show the screens or?
Maybe just to show to see it in action. I think it's better.
Okay. Let me run my VS Code.
Okay, it will be even the emails that you have sent before. Just show us that.
Let me show the emails. Is it visible, right? Let me change my screen.
Okay.
Let me change my screen. Oh, what?
Still not seeing it. I'm just seeing, okay, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I'm opening the email.
Yes.
So my internet is not working. Okay. This is the email I sent. It's a car.com booking that I got.
Okay, so yes, maybe if you can just like step 1, this happens, step 2, this happens, and if you can put it in that.
Yeah, okay. The first, what will happen is it has the email flow has 3 stages. First, we draft the email. The agent drafted the email. It sends to the prospect. Then, after we get the green light from the prospect, like saying, yeah, I can book the email. Then we book the call and we log the change to the CRM. I can show it the who
Yeah. I think it's enough. Thank you, Ras.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe just one more question. What would you improve to work better if you were given, let's say, 1 more week?
So, for now, the system has some problems, like the probes I have got some problems while running the test on the probes, and I would modify that, and I would make the system more stable and add additional features, and to make the system more robust for the client.
Okay. What type of additional features?
For example, from the probes, I got some errors like fabricated time zone while booking the car.com. So in that, it has some errors. So I would fix that, and also let's say, for example, when we do the enrichment, it has some problems, like it make more like for now it has only 3 enrichment LinkedIn and the other. So I would also add another websites from which we can get prospects.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Anas.
Thank you.
We can go to the next person. Charlie, are you ready to present?
Yes, I'm ready. So let me share. My screen is visible, yes?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So this is my presentation. So in terms of time, let me start with my results and live demo. So here just you can see my baseline and also my model running. So out of all tasks, it's around 70% passed on the first attempt, and 9 tasks that hit the CFA quota limit. So and also around 21 is executed and it's 100%. And in terms of the statistical confidence interval, so around 0.70. So because number of tasks is 13, so it is a little bit small sample, so there is uncertainty. So the true pass rate could be anywhere from 0.5 to 1 up to 0.33. So that means between 52% up to 83%. So and also in terms of latency, the median time for full pipeline to complete one task in the evaluation simulation is around
Charlie,
29
just
times
in the
faster.
interest, Charlie, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. So
Yes, I'm here.
in the interest of just making it clear, can you show what one task is? What's one task?
One task, it will be sending SMS or sending emails to the customers. So let me show you if you want a live demo. I think I'm audible, yes.
Yes, you are.
So
you
can
can
I
close the
continue here?
Google,
Okay.
the Google
For
part.
live demo.
Yeah, you can continue here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
just tell us what it is. Just
Yeah. So let me. So here, just I'm inserting company name, prospect names, and also emails with this sample phone number, but it will be any phone number. So this one is just a test. So let me trigger all channels, email, SMS,
normally
and
this
also,
lead, normally this lead, sorry, normally this lead comes from where?
So this lead means which lead? So this value.
I mean, this person, this value exactly.
Yes, this sample values I got from the data set, but you can input whatever names here.
Yeah. No, but I want to
Yes.
understand whether you understand it. Like, where does it come from normally, this lead?
Yeah, no,
Who's
this
inside?
company name, prospect name, and also this one is just for sample. Just I'm inserting it.
No, I know this is
Okay.
sample, but in an actual case.
On actual case, it comes from the source data, like Crunch based, and also maybe from the LinkedIn post or somewhere.
So okay, great.
So after triggering all channels, just the email is sent, so we can see the status here. So status is sent to Alex, but you can see here just the Tenash is outbound enabled is enabled, and also sync email is my personal email. So every email is sent to my personal emails. So let me show you the current one. So it is there is some images already received from this so, and also in terms of and also the SMS already sent, and the SMS message looks like this one, and we can see the in sandbox we can see the text what it looks like from this short code, and also this one is just a test phone number for testing purpose, and the next thing is just call.com. So this one is already generated, and just in the SMS just you can see including the links to book any meeting events, so the customer can click these links, and he can book the events, and also the Nash team will reach out it's based on that booking. So this is all. So the email is already sent, the SMS is here, and the call.com is already available here. I think, so this is overall implementation of mine. Thank you. If I'm
I
audible.
think again, I'm kind of again. I don't know if people, how many people have understood the actual problem versus the integration. I think you have integrated, but the point wasn't just only integration. The point was agents, that the agents should actually understand the conversation. So is this one? Let's make it like first level. Is the demonstration is you have integrated it. Great. Like now every element, the wiring works, the pipeline works. If you want to send email, you will send email. If you want to send SMS, you will send SMS. If you want to, like, but what about the actual generation? Where is the data being used? Is the agent, you know, what's the agent task? Will it follow up? Will it pick up? How would it pick up if the person now responds? How is the agent work?
Ali, did you listen to the question? Ali, there seems to be a lot of background noise. Proceed.
I think let's just move on to the next person, and maybe we can go back to him.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, great. Can Maria please do present if you're ready to present?
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So
You can
I'm
also
going to-
close the meeting tab.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
So today I'm going to present the conversion engine. This project actually what it does is we give it like a potential client, like as you can see from the UI, we give the information it needs. Then when the pipeline is run, like triggered, it goes through these 5 steps: signal enrichment, ICP classifier, email composer, and hotspot CRM, and the email send finally. What signal enrichment is doing is basically it's an information, all information about the client we are going to meet, and those includes like how is it going to be, like does it have an AI funding, or does it have the lead, and so on. So then after that, our ICP classifier classifies that client like based on the policy we give. We have a policy, so based on that, it classifies clients as a potential, or should we like pitch it or not. Then after that, the email composer comes, but when the email composer is like going to be done, it checks basic informations, like we have a seed file, what that is. It checks if we have enough for an email or an AI engineer in our company. Then if we have, it's going to pitch to that potential client. If you don't have, it won't like do the email composing stuff. Also, the competitor gap is also there when the signal enrichment is done. So after that, the hotspot CRM, like it writes everything like about the client information, what we did, and so on. The detail, everything is going to be written in HubSpot CRM, and it uses like as our memory. So finally, after all of those things are done, our email is going to be sent. Also, when the email is sent, it's also like it has it doesn't hallucinate. If it is not certain, it will use words that's not like point to certainty, so it does not hallucinate. So after these steps, we have like these results. So the AI maturity scores, the confidence, and so on. So after the image is composed, we are going to like simulate a reply. If the client is going to like the client replied to us, it will automatically check that reply, and if it is positive, it will check the available slots, then it will book a call. So we have this, we have the competitor gap, as you can see. I don't need before because my access token is expired. So I want to show it like what it looks like. So we have every information in this. And also our health status is okay, so that like it says into the challenge document that no real email is going to be sent to the tenacious. So the HubSpot looks like this. We have like the information of the client here, and we have also the notes, and everything is going to be written like this. Thank you. Hello?
Thank you, Camera. Are there any questions from the team?
So, I mean, I think my question is very similar. What is the agent doing?
The agent basically what it does is like when you give a client, it researches about that client. Then it will compose an email based on that. If it is a potential client, it will check the policy and everything. It will compose an email and it will send. Then after that, it's like waits the reply of that client, and if the reply is positive, it will book a call.
So does it have tools? Like, so is it using the research or search tool to identify, to enrich I mean, let's not call them clients, but let's say the lead now, about the lead? Familiar? I think something is wrong today. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, so it will actually search those things when the first step when
So what does it use? What tool does it use to search? But I mean, if it has to enrich, what is it enriching?
What it does is basically when we give that like let's say the lead, it will like go search whether it's LinkedIn or like basic. We have the Crunchbase, so it will search on those platforms. Then it will take data from those platforms. So based on that, it will classify the lead.
So, okay, so that means it applies. What kind of search does it use? Like, does it use just a Google search? Does it use a website just lookup? What is it doing?
I don't know in detail about this, but what I know is it searches and takes those data from.
But okay, so we implemented the agent. Which agent are you using? So have you implemented it with LangGraph, or what's the agent built on?
I used LangViews actually. if you are familiar about line views, but that line views uses for the traces, like to trace everything.
Okay.
Okay, maybe Kamria, just to make the question a bit more direct, did you use, which model did you use? And basically when we say it an agent, it's basically composition of the model and the harness you have built, the tools you have built. So for line views, as you said, it's mainly for the tracing, but for the agent, let's say which model did you use and what were the tools that were available to the model?
I used like Cloud Sonnet 4.6.
Mm-hmm.
The model used.
And the tools?
I'm not sure about it.
Okay, all right. That's all.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next person. Jacob, please do present.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. So imagine a sales team spends 30 to 45 minutes researching every prospect before writing a single email. Half of those emails will never get a reply, and the ones that do stall out because of no one follows up fast enough. So this is where it comes, this project, the conversion engine. It researches a B2B prospect in under half a second, pulling their funding history, layoff events, leadership changes, and AI readiness from public data. It then writes a single grounded email that references something real about that company, not a template or not just a check-in. So after the client or the lead responds to that email, then it automatically generates with using 9 steps. It generates a booking with the actually tenacious team for call. So to go to the dashboard, this is a simple dashboard that helps the tenacious team manage most of the things. So the numbers are straightforward. Generic cold emails get a 1 to 3% reply rate. Single grounded outbound, which is what the system sends every time, and gets 7 to 12%. So that is a 3 to 4 times improvement in qualified conversations for SCDR per week. So research time per prospect drops from 30 to 45 minutes to 0.35 seconds, and cost per qualified lead is $0.14. In the stalled trade rate, which is average 30 to 40% in manual outbound, drops to 0 because every reply is classified and routed in under 200 milliseconds. So this is the contacts, which is the leads. Every contact you see here have a saved contact record, and enrichment data have spot life cycle stage, and email subjects, reply classifications, and sector rank, all generated automatically. We are not just asking the tenacious team to replace your sales team, but we are asking to give such a CDR 30 to 45 minutes of their day back, and point that time at the conversation the system books for them. So as you can see here, it have the level of curiosity for all. and the steps are covered. Also, it have a reminders for the booked calls already on the platform. So this is it. This is the general idea of the conversion engine. Maybe if there is any question, I can answer.
So to you as well, Jakob. So what is the agents? So it seems you have integrated, like, is the Salesforce use or the HubSpot are using them as kind of the lead trigger, or are you generating lead triggers yourself, like manually, and then saving it to the HubSpot? And then is your email, are your exchanges also what you showed us? Do they have more than one message exchange? So that means you send to the lead and the lead replies and then you reply back, or how's your agent constructed? How does it know more about the lead?
Okay, so the agent have multiple layers of email chatting, but for now it's just a single email. For the first email, it's just now receiving the emails, since it's already a data that is just getting the data from one. It's not a real conversation, but when the conversation is real with a real lead, first the agent sends an email that contains information about that company. Also, it will just sorry, but ያወዳድረዋል ከሌላ ካምፓኒዎች ጋር, and then using that data, it sends the email for the lead, and the lead, if the lead replies for the email, then it will book a meeting, and it will send the meeting information for the lead, and it then becomes a prospect. Then the AI agent escalates this to the Tenacious team, since the meeting will be live with the Tenacious team. So currently, some of them are generated manually, but for example, I think this one and this were manually generated, automatically generated by the agent when I run the test. If I answered the question. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I assume that the agent is currently not, basically is used as a glue more than as an actual researching and changing according to what's the information available. So because the difference between an agent and a simple, it's like a predetermined flow exactly just gets it and then takes all the information available and it calls a LLM, and then whatever it gets, it's just then sends to the user. So that's not an agent, right? So that's just a predetermined flow. That's an automation, a simple automation. While if you build an agent, then the agent really researches. It also knows whether to send an email or not, when to send an email or not, and many things, whether it needs a human or not, a handover, or whether it should also book, or it personalizes maybe the question. So that's what the agent is. Automation is more like you exactly call an API. That API could be just an LLM, right? So I think that's, yeah, but I understand. So it's more of you focused on the wiring aspect.
Yes, but it researches from the Crunchbase dataset for now.
But
and maybe
what is the knowledge base when a lead just comes in? What's the knowledge base?
The knowledge base, I think it relates.
I mean,
or
and
it-
I understand your knowledge base is from the tenacious documents, right? The policies and stuff it will know.
Yes.
So does it implement RAG there, or what does it implement?
I'm not sure about that.
I mean, what do you mean then it researches?
For example, if the agent sees one company, and that company researches about that company, for example, the employees that have in LinkedIn post and other things about that company, and if
What tool is it going to use to do that?
I'm not sure about that.
Again, I think I'm kind of confused. Everybody's saying I'm not sure. I mean, you built it, right? I'm kind of where are we missing? I mean, if you say that, if you're confident that it's researching, then you're not sure what tool it's using. It doesn't fit for me. Like, so something must be, we're missing something. I can't understand. All of you are saying exactly the same, and I can't understand. So did you build it or somebody built it? If you built it, then, and if you know that it actually researches, but how does it research? What is the tool it's using to research? I mean, at least, forget the answer. Do you understand the question? Like, are we missing something or are you missing something? I just want to understand. Is the question itself doesn't make sense for you, or where is the point?
Yes,
make me
it makes. Sorry.
So how would you know, for example, if I did this one, wouldn't you ask the question? Like if I say that, my agent will research about on LinkedIn and that, I tell you, what would be your question? Wouldn't you ask me like, oh, are you accessing the API, a tool? Are you using any tool to do that? Or are you just directly querying LinkedIn? How do you have access to LinkedIn? Wouldn't it be the natural question?
Yes, it is.
So if I say I don't know, what would be that? I mean, what is that? What does that mean? If I say that it does, and if I say that I don't know, how are they compatible?
But I think I have understood now the question. I haven't understood it earlier. Maybe Playwright, it uses Playwright, if I answered it. It researches from different kinds of posts. Maybe if I got it now.
Sorry, repeat it again. There was a noise in my background.
I think I haven't understood the question earlier, but according to the understanding I have now, it uses Playwright for researching.
It uses?
Playwright.
Playwright. Okay. So then that's the tool.
Yes.
So it opens and searches. So then it uses Playwright. So I mean, the answer is then it's not I don't know, but it uses Playwright to do it. And what's your tool? Then it's a Playwright tool.
Yes, I haven't understood it at first. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Great.
Okay, maybe I have one more question. So it's from like an operations perspective. So like based on the stats you showed, so at like 1,000 leads, let's say, and at a 7% reply rate, which will come up to around 70 replies, which is for $14. So instead of like 0.14, it goes up to 0.2 per reply. So how would you maybe reduce that, or is there any way you can push the reply rate higher than 7%, like from a system perspective?
For the reply rate, I think there should be some adjustments on the code base, but for reducing the costs, maybe using a more cost-effective models for the LLM might reduce the cost. And also, if we want to make it more accurate, then using more costly LLMs would change that. I think I answered it.
Maybe isn't it going to alter the quality of the leads you're going to give the client? Let's say if you're using a much cheaper model, and also how are you going to improve the what do you call it, the reply rates?
It might have some effect on the research LLA model. If we use a more cheaper, maybe the research accuracy maybe that might not be as wanted as the standard of Tenacious maybe. So the second question was for the reply rate. Yes, reply rate. Yes, I got it right, I think.
Okay, I meant how is the system going to improve the reply rate?
By adding more researchers. For example, if one agent is just going to research on all platforms or on all other sources for research, maybe dividing those agents and giving specific research places for each might increase the reply rate.
Okay, I see. So, I mean, indirectly, it also affects the cost, right? If a client needs a more accurate reply rate, it means that they need to spend more, I think. Am I getting it right?
Yeah, but the one who's researching is the Tenacious company. So Tenacious budget is going to increase. The clients, I think, there's no change on the client side.
Oh, I meant Tenacious, yeah. Okay, got it. Thank you, Algo. I think, yeah, we can go to the next person. Are there any questions from the team? Okay, if not, so we can move to the next person. Gamachis, please do speak up if you're ready to present.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I think I'm ready. Am I audible? Please confirm that.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so let me proceed with sharing my screen. Okay, thank you, everyone. So this week I'm about to present the project that I've been working on this past week, and that is a Tenacious Ops. So it is basically a Tenacious operations automation tool, which is powered by AI systems, or which is powered by AI agents, starting from intaking leads, then researching for signals from the data provided, and including web searching, and then generating the briefs, and then from that drafting the outreach emails which the salesperson or anyone can first reach out to the prospectus with, and then sending, and after that there is also a reply routing built in. So every time we send an outreach emails to prospectus, then they reply to it, then we take that into consideration, and then the best action will be identified from their response if there is additional outbound email required to clarify things, or if they are ready to talk to us. We can get an insight from that, and then finally we will book the session with them, and then that everything would be synced to HubSpot. So even at this stage, the customer or the prospects data will be enriched to the HubSpot as well. So for at this stage, I just took a few fields only: the company name and the company emails. And then, so in a broad sense, so this will be enriching every possible company data to the HubSpot, which will be used later on. So I can show you the runs that I have done before, and then we will try to run it and just show you if we have enough time. So let me show you here one of them. So let me come here. So first, what happened was this. The agent will take or let me show you from here first. Sorry, how it happens. So first, I have this pipeline run page. So what I'm doing here is I have already downloaded and added the CSV file of the company information from Crunchbase, and we can select the companies from here. So at this data ingestion, so the data is already here. That's the assumption. So in real life, what will happen is maybe you will have a separate agent or a separate system or a separate team for that, preparing the possible prospectus data, and then that data will be ingested to the that data will be provided for this system for the TNHA scopes, and from there the sales guys or anyone will come here and run the agent is on this one to identify the signals and whether they fulfill the ICP we have already defined. And then let me try this one. So I think this one may not work in between because I have been working on to fix some issues, but I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. And then, so first it resolved the record list and the Crunchbase, it fetched all the data, and then this is now calculating, or it's now identifying the ICP is done. The gap brief, the computer gap briefing is being generated, and then the hiring brief, then the processing will happen. So I have used a local SQLite database to store some data as well as the HubSpot. So at this stage, this company data will be is getting enriched to the HubSpot. We can get this company information there, and then from this we will proceed with as per the agent suggests. And so let's see. It's now processing. This takes about a minute, and as you can see, the time is elapsed here. So it takes some time to finish. So it's done now. Thank God. And so as you can see, it has already ruled out these companies abstain. I think it didn't find enough information to decide or to categorize to the different segments. I think my agent is having an issue here. It's not the exact answer. I'm not sure. And so if we check the briefs will be generated this way. So everything is detailed here. So I did this just for demonstration purpose. This shouldn't be like this for the production one. And so these are the hiring signal briefs, competitor gap briefs, and the AML treaty. And then the next best action will be outreaching. And so first, what it does is it will be drafting an outgoing or outreaching email. And so after the draft is completed, then the review will be proceed. So at the review stage, what will happen is it will check this the generated email draft against the company policy and even checks for the tones. This one, I haven't spent that much time on fine-tuning this one. This is just a pipeline is there. And so this is the main text body, which will be sent out. So this will be hello. So it says this thing. You will see it on the email when it is sent. Let me pass it through the review. And so it's reviewed. So now I can send the email. Let me change this email to my email. This in real life, this should be taken from the company information, but now because I'm testing, I have to change it to my email, and then let me send. And so email is sent. So let's come here and check. So nice. So here is the email. So I think this shouldn't be written this way, but I haven't spent that much time on this one to tweak this. But I think it does got some point here. So it is suggesting that we can provide engineering teams to help them, even though we haven't got that much information from the company. And then it is asking for if they have some time to discuss next time. So I can reply to this, and then this is what's happening. So on recent doesn't support a two-way email on this domain. So it gives us two domains, one for receiving and one for sending. This is basically only for sending. It doesn't accept emails. This one is for sending. It doesn't accept emails. So what I did is I used the reply to header of when sending emails, and I'm embedding the leads ID to the, I'm adding the leads ID as an email ID to the receiving domain they give us. So the any emails that come from the prospectus will be identified this way. So let me say, hi, thank you for reaching out. So let me say, I think tomorrow 11 a.m. IT work is fine for me. Okay, so what's happening is this email is going to be sent to the resend this address, and then there is a job that is built into the system which waits for a reply event, which is the email received, and then that data will be fetched to my database. And then let me check. This may take some time. It has some delay. Okay. I think we have to wait for
I think you didn't. I think you did. Did you send the email? It didn't seem it was sent.
Yes, yes, I did here. I've sent it. It has some delays. Yeah, just come in. So less than a minute. So it should appear here under the conversations. Let me check. Sorry. Okay, let me just come here and start waiting for reply still. Yeah, that's just coming. So you see the reply that I made. This was the email that we sent. So it is suggesting, the agent is extracting the time, the booking time from the client is of not client, from the prospectus reply, and it is suggesting the booking. And then here there is some bug here. So this SMS shouldn't be coming this way. So this should be happening after this, after I scheduled a call. That is how I designed it. So the idea is the SMS should be later on for the warm customers, like if they prefer a quick conversations like this. So in normal scenario, what I think it should be doing is after I schedule this time, and then I will text them and I let them know that the meeting is scheduled, and I will be waiting for them to join the call. Or if that time they suggested doesn't work for me, I will change the time here. And so before that, I should reply with email or an SMS and tell them that that time is already booked, but that part is not already, it's not done yet. So let me proceed with booking. Okay. So this should be booking a schedule or a meeting on call, and then this meeting story will be logged to HubSpot. And so it's booking at the moment. So after the booking is done, I will the prospect will receive emails and from car as well. So meeting is booked now. So the scheduling is done. So let me show you here. Okay, I think this is it. I did some change, that's why it is just taking the leads ID, but it should be taking the company name. Sorry for that. Let me open and show you the data that's coming in. So that meeting information should be logged in here. So even okay, so as you can see, even the HubSpot already have AI agents integrated. So it's just taking the updates that I just sent in, and that is giving me some insights. So let me show you all the properties that already came in. So I think due to the changes that I made a few minutes ago, the domain is not coming properly. So the company name is the lead ID. So this is the time that data was created. So lead stage is booked. So I should have got the booking time here. And sorry for that. I was trying to add additional information for the company to HubSpot just before this call. So that's why this is happening, I think. So yeah, so that's it. So everything happens here. So what I did is starting from the data enrichment, analyzing, web searching, using the playwright tools. And then I also tried using a web browser tool from LangChain, but it didn't work for me. So because I didn't have that much time, I proceeded with Playwright. And then when I prompt my coding agent to perform the web scraping and this kind of thing, it keeps declining my prompts because it says it's against the policy. So I had an issue with it, but it is somehow performing a web searching and then it's doing some stuff. It's not fully ready yet, but that is the idea. And then after this, the escalations can happen, and then the handoffs to other persons can happen, or for the manual analysis and for manual checking. This I haven't really worked on this one, but it is here. The evidence is what happened so far. Hiring signal brief saved, then the competitor gap, then AI maturity, then the observability is here, and then okay, that can be seen here as well on the control tower. What happened, what was failed is basically for the admins. So the failures that happened, and then the successes. So this is what I did. I think from this, I think I have properly configured the integrations with all the tools, including the SMSs. So let me show you even the SMS that I sent a few minutes ago for one of my prospect. So it successfully came here, but it wasn't accepting the reply back. I haven't built that one. I should work on that one. And on the HubSpot, I haven't populated every possibility from the Crunchbase. I think that is one of the limitations. The other one is I think the agent is somehow not fully deterministic. I mean, it is just kind of missing. It may work sometimes, it may not work sometimes. So I have to take a look at that one fully and fix that. So I think that's it. I think my battery is dying, so I hope you will be giving me comments now. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. I think that was clear. That was very good. Unfortunately, also my battery will die and I have to go. But is there a way that can I just directly here introduce the next challenge, which is related, and Abdul Hamid next can take it, and then we can continue if I am out. Is that a better way, or should we just stop and start for clarity? But I prefer just if we don't stop it, I just only describe the essence of it, and then Abdul Hamid can take over in the separate section, session. Does it make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I think this was, like, definitely, I would watch the video. So the other guys, please just continue after me in presenting. But this week's challenge is exactly Let me just see. So can you see my screen? I assume you do, yes. So we are building on top of what we have already. So I think the questions and the previous presentations really show what was at the stake, and the questions also show what's actually, whether the agent is able to do stuff. And I think clear demonstration was from Gamich, who actually showed us exactly that a user can reply. In one scenario, the user was interested and added a timestamp, and then the agent was able to actually identify that.
Okay.
And then
So sorry to interrupt, Abby. Maybe can you reshare? I'm not seeing it on my screen, and also others are seeing
okay,
saying the
no
same.
one is seeing it. Okay, I'm just gonna share again. What about now?
Yes, now we can see it.
Okay, yeah. So as I was saying, that I think the clear demonstration of the agent operating was exactly, that it actually was able to extract from the email, and I think also that it was able to enrich either, via like different information and via like the playwright or tiny fish or other elements, other search tools. And we have to integrate really a proper searching and a proper enriching, identifying company websites and all that, such that we get actually a good information, right? So, but as we do that, one of the things that really, building these things are one thing, but the most important component is actually, we want to make sure, like just like the T-Tau, Tau 2 bench, we actually have to ground it, that it will perform. Like for a company to operate under a certain situation, it needs to trust, and trust is usually what is bench or what's evaluation. So the current project is really about creating your own evaluation data set, just like the Tau bench, the Tau Square bench for retail and telecom. You are now creating exactly from your understanding of week 10 benchmark of for sales, right? So that's a kind of a data correction. And there is a number of papers, here listed, that is important, for such things, so that you will be able to run, to understand. Also, maybe read how the Tau Square bench actually also prepared their paper, so that, because you already know, as also the data agents bench as well, they also did the same. So read those two papers as well, because you know them, such that it gives you an idea. And after that, you're going to be doing exactly, you will implement LLM as a judge, such that you kind of, as a quality filtering for what kind of task, how are you going to define evaluation task, such that your bench is kind of actually realistic as possible, and that will, basically ensure that your current agent, if it achieves 100%, that means, your benchmark is very bad, right? So you want to really make sure that you have included number of easy, medium, and hard tasks in such a way that, that the data can be used as a grounding, or as kind of like improving your agents in a number of ways, either in, the number of type of data that it's enriching. So usually when you curate this is the human hand curation you will do, right? So that's one. And then in terms of also just to see the advantage, you will be also just taking one open model, and you will be fine-tune it in some form. So there are these are also just some techniques that you can choose one of them. For some of them, you might try to use the free Colab T4. And if that is so, I think basically it's described here as well, just so I will. So this is basically the, from last week, what we have understood is cost is going to be an issue. So we're trying to give slightly an idea, and we will brainstorm. So a lot more of these things you can try to do as much of it possible with, I think, free sources when they are possible. For example, NVIDIA might have one, and you might have explored already, but it's, just see if that was also can be possible. And Colab definitely has also MCP server. If you didn't know, just know that Colab has MCP server, so actually you can run your code in Colabs as a notebook via MCP server. So that's also one advantage. And so basically that's it. Like, so the points are, you're going to be designing data, you're authoring, and you're going to publishing it in Hugging Face as well. So I think that's kind of it. Hopefully it's clear. And Abdulhamid, maybe after the call in a new part, you can just do Q&A just to have a basic check that people understand. And that's probably from my side.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. I will drop off now, but continue.
Okay, so just to maybe give you guys some time to even see the challenge, we'll proceed with the stand-up remaining stand-up presentations, and then once we have finalized, we will continue with the QA. So Yusuf, you can continue.
If you're speaking, you're on mute. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I will present. So is it visible?
Yes, it is. Yusuf, just to make this short, and also for the remaining presentations, let's focus on the most important part of your project, which is the agent. So let's focus on that, and we can maybe finish a lot more faster that way.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, let me show. So here is the conversion engine project. So I present you. So what I did is I classified the project into steps. The first one is the campaign orchestrator, and the second one is conversation orchestrator. So what I do first is I start a campaign, and I give it a name. And there are two nodes, which are the fully autonomous and the human in the loop, to see how to trigger the agent manually or fully autonomously. And the execution mode is here, like not the staff link. So it's the email will go to my email, and here is how many accounts to fetch to contact. So here we can select, but we can maybe make it 6, and we start the enrichment. So after the enrichment runs, it completes. So for this demo, I run it with only to get one candidate, but for other campaigns, we run here we have 3 or 6. But for this one, yeah. So the agent. So first of all, it will classify the segment, the contact in the infrastructure, and also we can get the brief, which is the ICP classification, and the agent bench element, and also the two briefs, which are the hiring signal brief and the quantitative landscape. So both are will be here, and as soon as the campaign runs and finish, it hello.
Now,
Okay, I will
can you
continue.
stop? Can you mute? It's now. Okay.
So the conversation starts here. Outreach will be started, and the first email will be drafted. So after this draft, here will be the email address sent to me from the resend. Then I will reply. So after the reply, it should be here, but when I try mostly, here are my dashboard on render. So it will log all the API calls and I think so this will be live, but one thing, yeah. So it must have been come here, but for now it didn't work, and this is my progress now. But this is how it's working for now. To work on autonomously, but manually triggering it works, and all the emails are logged in and resend. Also the HubSpot and the booking also work, but the email doesn't get here. So that's my progress right now. I'm working on it, but this is my progress.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. And maybe just one simple comment is we're running it on localhost. So if it is localhost, saying resend like a webhook URL, which it calls whenever you receive a reply from an email. And that webhook URL needs to be a publicly accessible URL. So publicly accessible URL, which means it should be on the internet, it should be hosted. It needs to have a URL, basically www.xyz.com. So if you do not have that URL, then to access your localhost over the internet, you can use the ngrok. There is a tool called ngrok. It basically gives you an internet accessible URL for a provided port. And then if you give that to resend, it should be able to call your localhost, and then your localhost should then proceed with the event.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So what I do is when I start the front end, the React, I give the render link, the render website link. So this one, so it works. Even here it's local, but the backend is from the render.
No,
that's good.
It's a basis. Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue to Amir.
Okay, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I don't have a front end for the project. Just let me do it from slide, and I will show you the demo from my VS Code. Okay, so generally, as you know, the problem is the a conversion engine for the tenacious consulting and outsourcing. So there are three problems: the manual prospecting, the inconsistent qualification, and slow follow-up. So to use that time, and will be somehow hurry. So what we built is finding prospectus from the public data, the Crunchbase we have, the job posts. So web scraping from the job posts, and we have layoffs.fui repo. From that repo, we downloaded the CSV, and from the CSV, we will look at it. So he searches each prospect deeply. So what we do is AI maturity. We do AI maturity for the prospectus we get from those public data sets. We do the competitor gaps and hiring velocities. After we do all this, we qualify them into these 4 ICP segments with a competence scoring and abstention. After that, we write the signal-grounded outreach emails, not the generic ones, and handles multi-turn replies with objection handling. So if they have any objection, depending on the seed data we have, so we reply to those objections as well. So finally, if we agreed on some common grounds, we'll book a call. So everything, all these things will be synced to the HubSpot CRM. So when we see the architecture, we have our enrichment pipeline, the Crunchbase to get the firmographics and the funding, layoffs to see these CSV parsers. So if any company have any layoffs and the likes, so we, for job posts, we do the playwright scraper. So for leadership detection, we use this Crunchbase, and we also use web scraping from the websites of those companies. And by LLM, using LLM, we do the AI maturity score. Gap computer analysis also be done by the LLM. So the channel hierarchy, we have the first one is email. So primarily we do the cold outreach through this email, and if we got any warm leads, we continue with SMS, and finally we will have this voice call. So okay, so the integrations we have HubSpot CRM for the contact list and the notes, Langifuse for the observability. We have a kill switch. By default is false. Okay. These are the 6 signals we have, and the sources for each of these signals, and what we can get from the signals. This will be somehow missed. Okay. Okay, so these are the scoring benchmarks we have, like how we will score. So if a company doesn't have anything about AI, if they don't talk about AI, if they're not using anything, any AI or ML engineers in their company, and they're not talking about AI or adopting, if they're not even interested to adopting any AI, so we just score them 0. But if they have some intentions,
I'm sorry to stop you, but since this is laid out and we know what it means, we can proceed to the next slide.
Okay, thank you. So these are also the same as the abstention. How we okay, let's continue. This is a different type of emails we sent depending on the signal grounded, like each segment they are in. Okay. How we classify this also the same. Okay, the stacks all are verified and we're running. So the benchmark results we get for the baseline for that's 63.3 with 1 trial for the 30 tasks. And yeah, this is the baseline we get from our instructors. Okay, after the probes, and at this point, we have some edges or still problems with these probes. For example, for max step reasoning loop, the out never checked, and those errors are still there. Okay, so we do some mechanism design. After that, the score just changed. And now at this point, the score is 70.0%. Okay. For the latency times. And okay. So our pilot recommendation is like right now, recently, we focus on this CSA/B, and so we have this clear signal in our client base. So it has benchmark and shortest sales cycle. So our volume is 60 people outbound per week in 30 days. So these are our limitations, no reply rate data. So all our data are synthetic. So we just take this reply rate because of the industry benchmark. We're not actually measuring this thing since we only have this synthetic data. So the other one is signal looseness. So for AI maturity, for some companies, like if the company is sophisticated or it has a private repos for AI, we're just scoring it 0, which means like we're only scraping or seeing the public data. So this kind of problem is also there. The gap brief URL validation. So some URLs that are generated by AI are not being validated. So this also is our limitation. Signal trial evaluation. So we just do one trial. It's also yes. So the other one is we were not freshness check. So we just downloaded the JSON data from the country base. We're not checking freshness. These are next steps of what we're going to do. This is all. Let me show you the demo. Okay, so I have the backend is deployed on the render. So since I don't have the front end, I just have a Python code to call all these APIs. So starting from the enrichment and everything else. So you can see it here. So you can until it runs. Let me show you it. Okay. So first it checks the health of the backend, like if it is working or not. Then what we do is enrichment. So we call all these 5 signals and try to get the prospect ID, the IP segment, and complete for you. Hello. Then after we got this enrichment data, what we do is we have a hiring signal brief. So we got a brief of that company. Like if the crunch is funding layoffs, why we're classifying to any signal, and those things we will get it. After that, we will have a computer gap brief of this company. And we send the email outreach. And so since I don't have the UI, what I did is for reply, I just show you. So here, the reply email, we just simulate and send it. So just agreeing this reply email. So after that reply email, we'll have a conversation. So just continue the conversation and book the call and send it the booking link. Yeah, everything is will be then stored in the CRM. I think it's now running. Okay. So this is it. So it got this company consolidate. So the contact is Amara Osie. So it gets the ID, the confidence and maturity. So the honesty flag and hiring signal. Then it will hiring signal brief. So it will it's classified to this signal, second signal, because of it has 100 people head count, which is 100 people are laid off in this day. So other signals are empty here. Okay. So when we see the competitor brief, so it tells us it is sector, the company sector. Then it's selected, I think, 4 companies to compete to compete with this company, and it got these two gaps, and so it will use these gaps to reach out to this company in order to send the email. Yes, so here is the email. So the email is sent. It says we can check it in our recent. So the signals it used to send the email are in August 2022. You have 100 people employing layoff, and maturity score 0.6. And yeah, so it uses this thing. The token uses this. After that, we have a reply, which is the simulator reply. We send this reply, and after we send this reply, and it will prepare this link and send us the email again. So send this. I will send you calendar to on Wednesday. So the reply will be sent, and the email is the link is sent, and then the call is booked. So then all these things are being stored in our HubSpot. So how our HubSpot includes the ID, the company, the contact, the email, the infographics of the company, the enrichment state, the conversation state, and the sync. Yes. So, for example, if we check, I think I don't have a HubSpot here. Okay. So yeah, this is a company consultant, the contact person. Okay, let me just check the sent email. So okay, I think this is a submit. First request email is sent, which is telling it the research we got about it, and the first reach out is this. And we're asking him if it has 30 minutes to have a conversation with us. And then we have the second one. So after he agreed and he gave us some reply, so we're telling him we have 5 people in our bench. So with this stack, so can we have any discovery call? So yes, after he book it, yeah, we'll finish. I think this is all.
Okay, thank you, Amin. Just one comment. All of this would have been a lot better. We had front end rather than seeing the output from the terminal. And seeing it on a front end would have been better. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Right, let's continue, Rafia.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Wait, I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
So, to be as fast as I can, due to time constraint, I prepared a small PowerPoint. So let me start with the big picture. The conversion engine is not just another email bot. It is fully autonomous B2B prospecting system. So this is what we call the Act 4 version of the system. Like, it is the most refined iteration. So it is built around something like confidence-aware phrasing. So the email bot is like it has one big gap. Like, it is fully auto. It sends emails and stuff, but it lacks trust gap. So our system is supposed to solve this trust gap. So under the hood, we use DeepSeek v3 via open router that gives us near state of reasoning, but a very fraction of the cost is. And what the result was, we hit like 80% score on Tau2 benchmark, so meaning we succeeded 4 out of 5 times on complex tasks. So the problem that led us build this is like the reason it matters is most AI outreach today is almost broken. There is a lot of hallucinations. It overclaims 35% of the times it hallucinates, and you have seen baseline systems overclaim like 35% of the time, and in sales it will affect very hugely. So there are also other factors that lead us to this project and that make this project way more important. So these are the 4 problems I chose to show. So what you have done is automate not just sending, but the research quality itself. So to make it in here in practice, we don't rely on one big model doing everything. So we break the system into stages. So the first is enrichment. So this runs async and in parallel. We hit multiple sources like crunch pays for funding and headcount and layoffs, and for job felicity via like playwright script. Like we scraped career jobs in about of the supposed company, so by scraping them. So we do our enrichment first through this. So in about like 30 seconds, we build a full profile of the potential company or prospect. Then comes qualification. This is where we make decisions like, do we even send an email to our potential clients? So this is where we make the decision. So if the confidence is below 60%, we abstain our system and it sends nothing. And finally, there is a tone and grade. So we have tone checker that ensures the message sound is a human, and bench case that ensures we only promise what we can actually deliver. So if all these qualifications pass, our LLM will compose us a very attention-catching emails, and it will send to our potential client. So here, this is a core innovation, like our secret sauce. Like we don't rely on LLM to be just accurate. So we enforce accuracy at the code level before the LLM even writes anything. So if it is high, we state it directly assertive. Like our emails will be more of like assertive. Like you closed $40 million Series B 6 months ago. Like if it is very high, more than the extra confidence is like the pass as one is like more than 80%, our email is kind of assertive. And if it is medium, like it will be very like hedged. Like we see signals of like recent, the way you see it. And if it is low, sometimes it won't be seen, but it will be like question framed. And if it is less than 60%, it will not be sent at all. So this is our infrastructure. So the integration infrastructure, this isn't just a prototype. We integrate directly into tools system already used. So with HubSpot, we don't just sync contacts, we write full research briefs into the CRM. And we track every step, latency, cost, and behavior. So we integrated it into recent. The Calcom is also integrated, even if it is locally. And the Lang fuse observability and the HubSpot, every tool you see here is integrated. To show you the result is here. We validated on Tau's Care bench, and which is pretty rigorous benchmark. So there was 80% pass. So we also tested it with props, and it also passed the props, which with only a fraction of costs per run. And so these are this is what we have demonstrated so far. So For some reason, which only God knows, I used Cloud Opus in the past few days. So I won't be executing since I need to be very conscious on my token usage. But I can show you what our agent has already sent. This is a reply for a client that was interested. So the client replied that they were interested, and they sent us this email. Wait, for example, this one. They sent us the email. The agent sent this email and also suggested to check our website, and it also suggested booking. So if the user replies that they are interested here, so the email keeps up by sending the follow-up. So this was a follow-up, and the follow-up question. And if the client is not interested, they say just thank you for response, and they state that they respect their decision, and it just kindly follows up, and it will not be sending any SMS. But if the email is replied and if they show interest, they will go even further into sending SMS so that the client gets a notification that they can trace. They can get. So the HubSpot is already recorded in HubSpots. So I can show you the notes that were added in the last days while I was executing them. So this one loads. Yeah, this were what HubSpot recorded. The emails, the email reply, the prospectus replied, and the link and everything else is.
Sorry to interrupt, Rafia.
Yes.
Can you identify how much it costs for you to run the in-between pipeline for one use case, for one prospect?
For one run, yeah.
How much would it cost?
Okay, it costed me around $0.008 per run. That's it. Like here.
Yeah, so it wouldn't take much of your token usage for this week. So this presentation and the demos are the important part of your project. Yeah, so you have to show the full run pipeline. So we need to make sure that it is actually working. So your agent's actually working end to end. So if you just run with if we see the results live, that would be great.
Okay. Can you see my screen? Like.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah, you can continue.
Okay.
So just instead of showing all the data, all the results, running one example live here and showing those results coming would be great. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. For example, let me show you the enrich. Yeah. Here we are trying to send email. Okay, let me go check. Here before it sends, it qualifies. If you also want to see that, it qualifies against the funding signals, the daily of signals and the signals.
Rafia, are you showing another screen?
Oh, are you not seeing my? Wait.
Yeah, we're only seeing the Google Meet.
Okay. Let me see my entire screen. What about now?
Now it's visible. Yeah, we can see the code.
Yeah, I just executed the enrichment command, and it is qualifying against the funding signal, cellular signal, and the other 5 modules. So now hopefully it has already sent the email. Let me go check my inbox. Now it's not sending it, but it's working. Like this is the email I sent around 12, just 1 hour ago, and this is now not working. I don't know why.
Yeah, so can you check the log that is say the email sent?
Yeah, the log says it is already sent. Saved to even demo brief. Yeah, I must it is. Okay.
So maybe check your spam.
Oh, sorry, I was running the outreach. I think this was the email. Yeah, the first command I ran was to enrich and to write. Now this is the email I got. Is it visible, right? It is, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you can continue.
This is the email that has just arrived. Now, let's the reply be thank you, I'm not interested. So to show you that the booking works. If like I book 15-minute meeting. Now the meeting is held. The booking is scheduled. The meeting is booked. Let's go check it in language. There should have been a reply up, a follow-up email popped in here, but it's not coming. Yeah, here is in the HubSpot, it is already logged, the email and the prospect reply. Here you can see the hours. In the Calcom, the booking also is logged here. Here in the language, it's also logged and recorded.
Yeah, now the reply should come now. So you checked your email.
Yeah, it has. This is a reply, the follow-up response. So here the follow-up response is very appropriate. It says, "Thank you for letting us know." This is a reply mail. So yeah, this is pretty much everything I guess.
Okay, thank you, Rafia.
Thank you.
Let's proceed to Johannes.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, to use my time really quick, I'm just going to show you the demo. So this is just, we are starting the pipeline for Luminary analytics in our Crunchbase, and the system will log the hiring signal brief and competitor analysis. So this is, as you can see, this is the JSON format, the company ID, the ICP segment, and the segment confidence. The email status is routed to my email, and the tone probe results for the email is here. And everything, the hiring signal brief is also logged here. And for the AI maturity, all the signals are logged here. And after that, the computer gap analysis will run, and it will compute for some companies that are in the same type as the Luminary analytics. So it will do the competitor analysis, and it will craft the email. So the email will be sent. So for the time constraint, I have already run the command. So to show you the email sent. Okay, this is the email sent, the first email sent. As you can see, so it is by scraping the layoffs and the Crunchbase and every detail. It gives information saying congratulations on joining as VP engineering, and it will also give time slots for the cal.com. So now I will show you the resend demo. So for the resend, I'm just going, I apologize for not showing it in a front end. But this is the reply. For example, if the prospect replies saying, your outreach, this is actually relevant timing. Can you tell me more about the email engineering profiles you have available? We have a specific gap in interface pipeline work. If the prospect replies like this, our system will log it, and it will the reply class will be engaged, and the classification confidence and everything will be logged, and the reply email will appear in here. So as you can see, this is the reply email. So when our prospect replies with this, our system will reply with this saying. We currently have 5 ML engineers on bench by referencing our bench status and how much engineering bench we have to fill that role. It will not hallucinate and overpromise. That is not in the bench. So it will also give another cal.com time frame to book a meeting. So everything is logged in the HubSpot. As you can see, Sarah Chen is the email. So we can preview all the properties. So as you can see, the AI maturity score, the company name, everything is logged here. Enrichment timestamp, hiring signal brief, and the ICP segment, everything is logged in the HubSpot and also in the Langfuse. So I think this is it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you're welcome.
Thank you, Hans. Just one question maybe on the reply side. So when the agent receives a reply message and let's say it's not something positive or it's asking for clarification, would it respond back without actually booking a call on cal.com, or is it always going to be booking a call? It could be like a vague response that the prospect has sent. Then would the agent be able to handle those cases?
Yes, if the prospect reply is a hard no, it will not. I have the Python hard-coded rules. They are hard-coded rules. So depending on the prospect's reply, since the reply was fabricated to be positive, that's the email we resent it. But if it was a hard no, or I don't want anything, it will not proceed as expected.
When you say you hard-coded, like what do you mean by that? Is it a prompt?
I mean, it's the rules. I'm referring to the rules. If it's a hard no, the reply, if it's a hard no, the agent will not proceed to replying for a further connection with our prospect.
So the agent would basically read the reply and then decide whether it should respond or not.
Yes, it will respond, but it will decide on the content of the response.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Hans.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it seems to be we are done with the stand-up presentations. Okay, so any questions on the challenge you have seen so far? Challenge of the week 11. This week's challenge document. Any questions? Yes, Nuri.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for not presenting because there was a power outage on my side. I've joined on my phone. So to proceed with the question, I think it's we're going to build for this week an evaluator for our week 10 agent that we have already been built. So when I read it, I have seen we have to run at least 200 to 300 tasks. So is it the open router API key that we have? I mean, is it enough to run all these tasks, or should we minimize this to 100 or just 150 and then try to have correct output, or is it a must to run all the 200 to 300 tasks if you just compromise on the API usage? So second question that I have is what makes it like different from the digital courtroom projects that we built in our week 2? Because it seems like that, like we have some kind of constraints. We have to evaluate the reports from the from the week 10. So what really makes different from that?
Okay, thank you, Maria. So when it comes to the first question, we are basically building a benchmark. So those 200 to 300 tasks, if you have seen the Tau2 bench, mostly they don't really relate with what we are trying to do here. So they are retail focused. They are asking, for example, a user asks, I would like a refund on this product that I bought. And then the agent would basically be calling in lots of tools to change the status of that product they bought to maybe a refund, and then also issue a refund amount to their account. But in our case, so the sales conversion agent, what it's doing is it's reaching out to people. It's saying, would you like to have Tenacious provide a number of talents? Do you have projects? So it's kind of different in that sense. So the Tau range and the benchmarks that you are building on this week, yeah, those two are separate. So what we want you to do is we'll be building a data set in which it's basically more tailored to what Tenacious is doing. So we'll be building that data set, and then finally you'll have a training aspect of it. So what you are going to be training is not the entire agent, it's just going to be a certain part of your agent where you think it's lacking. So there are certain paths that you need to select, and based on that selections, you'll be proceeding to training a given model. So that model is not going to be an open router or a certain, you are going to be using it through Ansclose. So Ansclose provides a fine-tuning capability. So you basically run it through Colab, and then you'll be fine-tuning a given model. And hopefully that model that you are going to be fine-tuning, it would be possible to fine-tune it by just downloading the models through Colab, not by calling it through open router, but just by downloading it on Colab. And since the models that we have selected, the coin models are small in the number of parameters that they provide. So it should be possible to run it through the Google Colab, but we'll see how it goes. And then you'll basically have a final agent. So a trained in which you train it on top of a coin model, and then finally pushing it to have interface. So you'll be pushing it both what you trained and also the data set that you prepared. So I'm hoping it's a bit clear in that regard, maybe, for the first question.
Yeah, it's clear. So we're generating the tasks, right? They are not already building.
The data sets you are going to be preparing them.
Okay.
So some of the data sets, they come from the previous week. So there are certain percentages that you have put on the challenge document and how we are going to be preparing them. But basically, you'll be building that data set so that it's aligned with what Tenacious is doing.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nabi. And was there other questions?
For second question, maybe, if you remember.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I think I forgot. What was it?
It was just, is it really similar to the digital courtroom that we built? Because we can use these courtrooms just to evaluate things and then score value. So is it really similar, or what makes it different from that? Just the question.
So the digital courtroom is basically you are providing a something to be graded based on a certain rubric, right?
Yes.
But here you are building the benchmark. You are building a benchmark, and also you are finally then training a certain model on top of that benchmark, so that you can see. So it will be classified into a certain number of based on the percentage that are provided. It will be classified, and then on those training data sets, you are basically training the model. So I'm not sure how it relates to the digital courtroom, because then you already have a rubric to grade. Right here, you are creating the data set.
Yeah, my thinking is just building the rubric with the Tenacious system. So that rubric will evaluate what we are our week 10 agent. That's my plan. I mean, if it's related, or if not, it's okay. We can build it this week. Just curiosity.
It's okay. I mean, from my understanding, I don't think it's quite related. But if you see it as being related, then maybe you can integrate it. But from how I understood and how the challenge is designed, you are basically creating a benchmark, and digital courtroom doesn't provide the creation of a benchmark. And then once you have a benchmark created, then you are training on top of a certain trained data set a model, in which then that model will then be able to actually perform better from the victims agents that you have built.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Okay, Masarat, if I'm going to.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm not done with reading the documentation, but are we generating the synthetic dataset or what? Then I will follow up my question after.
Yes, so you are going to be building the datasets. So also on the challenge document, it says basically the hardest part of this week's challenge is developing the datasets, not the training part. Because once you have the datasets, yes.
Okay, so if you are generating the synthetic dataset, so we are going to use multiple LLM, right? So how can we ensure that the evaluation is not remains relevant, and how we know that it's not based on those
Is not? I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
For the evaluation, how do we know that it's not based or by the same models we already use for the generating the synthetic data?
Okay, so you'll be using different. So you are not going to be using the same models that you used to generate citations to actually then perform the evaluation. It's going to be a different one.
Yeah, so we will use multi-LLM, right? So
yes.
After that,
so first,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there are there are parts where you'll be using multi-LLMs, and also there are parts where you are going to be using just a programmatic approach. So it's basically classified into certain percentages. There are also some that will be coming from the previous week's benchmark that you have run. So for the multi-LLM part, you will be using different set of LLMs, and then finally you'll be just having a single one. That's it.
Okay, so there will not be a probability to be based.
Definitely, because you are going to be creating using multiple LLMs. For example, if you are just going to be creating them using Queen, then it might be a problem. But if you use a variety of LLMs and then finally you try it at the end with your own trained LLM, then it shouldn't really be passed to what has been generated.
Okay, thank you.
So welcome. Do we have a question on the chat box? With the schedule of we will be updating it. And the QA session is currently happening. The QA session, it depends, but maybe we'll just have it tomorrow on the stand-up for profit. Okay, so any remaining questions? I know you haven't yet gone through the entire challenge document. It might take some time to understand what's happening, but if there's any initial questions you have, if not, we can end the session. Great. Thank you guys, and have a good day, and have a good lunch as well. We can stop the recording and we can end.